What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're reviewing Game 5 of the NHL preseason between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, where the Toronto Maple Leafs won 3-0 at the Bell Centre in Montreal. Of course, now the Leafs will move on to Wednesday in Toronto when they play the Montreal Canadiens once again, where they will have their roster basically that they're looking forward to the season with. Tonight was mainly the guys from the Marlies, or whenever you're watching this video, this game was mostly guys who are going to be in the Marlies, or maybe taken away from the team, like as in like waivers, or somebody might claim them on waivers, maybe they get traded, I don't know, but it was a mix of a bunch of players that aren't exactly tapped in to make the team. But a lot of people before this game started were like, okay, this doesn't really matter, like we don't have to watch this game. But it did make a lot of sense to watch this game because you got to see the guys that may be playing for the Marlies or sent back to other teams. It's the future of the team, and a lot of guys that are being given shots, but you also have to look at the positions that the Leafs need to fill. And I said it in my preview video this morning, or whenever you're watching this, I said it in the preview for my my video. What day is it today? I always forget what day it is. It's the 23rd. I said it in my preview for the 23rd, September 23rd morning preview for Leafs versus Habs, that the backup goaltender situation isn't really settled, although Hutchinson looked pretty good and Neuwirth looks like he's sick or hurt again. And the Leafs need an extra forward and an extra defenseman, or maybe one, depending on how the cap works. Brandon Pridham's going to have to make that work. But there were some guys here that needed to prove something, and I thought Korshkov was really good. I thought Hutchinson was really good tonight, and when we get into the box score, Hutchinson had 38 saves for the shutout. Real good game from him. Then for Montreal, Charlie Lindgren was in net, and he didn't do too bad. 22 saves on 25 shots. If we're looking at the goals, just quick to review it, Yegor Korshkov scored on the power play, assisted by Nick Petan, and then Darren Archibald scored, assisted by Nick Petan and Timothy Liljegren. And then in the third period, Korshkov had another goal, and it was a nice little takeaway goal. It was pretty solid. I quite enjoyed the effort from Korshkov tonight. Now, like I said, the goals and the summary tonight doesn't exactly matter of how it happened, although there were some pretty decent plays tonight. And like I said, the Korshkov back check and the Justin Hall hit on Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Listen, the Toronto Maple Leafs had some guys on the bubble, and a lot of guys that needed to prove something. Some guys that needed to stand out, and some guys that are just there because the Leafs had to fill out a whole roster. And that means no disrespect, but it's because these are guys that may get an opportunity later down the road, or are just, guys looking for that initial opportunity. I think Korshkov proved that he can be a guy that if they need to make a call-up, that he can step in and at least play on the fourth line and give them some depth. We see Dmytro Timashov is with the main group right now. Who knows, maybe Babcock likes a different guy, like a Petan more, although he didn't really stand out. But maybe he likes the idea of having Korshkov on the fourth line, another big body, a guy that apparently is a little bit better than everybody expected. I think that he played quite well against the Habs regular squad. I think the whole team did, but I think that he was pretty good. A guy like Jeremy Bracco, I think that he had a spot to have if he really wanted it and if he could play to that next level. I don't think that he accomplished that in this training camp. And that's no disrespect. I just don't think that he played to the degree that they needed him to. I thought Timothy Liljegren has been okay. The cards that he was dealt, he didn't exactly have the best partners, but I don't think really anybody did unless you had, a Muzzin, a Barry, a Ceci. I know I'm saying it because he's in the top four. A Morgan Riley, if you have one of those guys, you're basically guaranteed a spot. Rasmus Sandin has taken the most out of his opportunity. He looks like he may be on the team, although some people have argued that maybe they go with Schmaltz and maybe Harper, although I don't think that either of those guys have played well at all. I was a little bit disappointed because I thought Schmaltz had a decent first preseason game, but since then he hasn't looked very good. And then, of course, I don't think Harper has looked very good at all. And I said this on Twitter, and I mean no disrespect. I'm trying to be more positive about the Leafs this year. But this whole, okay, Harper's not, a skill guy, but he has the size and the strength. Justin Hall proved that he has strength by hitting some guys to the boards, clearing out the front of the net. Harper gave away the puck multiple times today, and he was knocked on his ass multiple times. He was beat to pucks. He was out-muscled. I'm sorry, there's nothing there that will help the Leafs on that bottom pairing. And again, I really don't want to be disrespectful because I'm just a dude talking to a camera, and this guy clearly is in a much better position than me. But there's people out there that don't even think he should be on the Marlies. Like, at this point, you have to scratch your head and think, okay, like, this guy, it's not going to work out. It's just not. And I really hope that he doesn't get, like, for the sake of him and his well-being, I hope he gets the opportunity, as everybody deserves an opportunity. I don't ever want to talk somebody down like that, but there's other people that deserve it more. I think that they've played better. I think Hall deserves an actual chance to play some games this year. Like Sandin and Hall, I mean, give it a shot for a couple games. You never know what could happen. I like Marincin a little bit better than some other guys, but I think that he's better fit as an extra guy. I don't really believe that he's a solid, bottom pairing guy, but we'll have to see what happens. There's a lot of question marks. I'm sure there'll be some answers tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of cuts, and we're going to see what happens. I also liked Kivi Halmi, but it looks like he's just an extra for the main squad, and that he won't be getting any more playing time, and his time might be done in this camp too, which is unfortunate because I thought he was quite good. But if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Again, the Leafs win 3-0 over the Montreal Canadiens. They play again on Wednesday. I will have a game day preview for that game on Wednesday morning. Mine was a little bit late today because the Leafs didn't announce their actual roster for tonight because there's been some changes. But if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. I appreciate all of you as always, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.